collective reading until there's some people here. So we got the dragon, we got the firefly, we have patience, and we have consolation. Patience is one of my virtues, whether I realize it or not, and I call on it now to soothe my nerves and bolster my stamina. When a trigger arises, I will smile at how unaffected I am. I am about to display such a magnitude of patience, my in-laws won't even recognize me. But if they do, I have that backup pirate disguise in the closet. Consolation. I am kind and supportive family member, and I give that support as willingly as a golden retriever. When someone I care about is feeling down, I'll console them and pick them back up, not literally, unless they're much smaller than me. But even in that case, I'll remember to lift with my legs, because kind and supportive people aren't immune to back issues. So, I feel like you guys are learning how to be this bright, shining light in the dark, even when other people are just bringing darkness to your doorstep. You are learning how to remain in a light, positive, loving state, even during moments of stress and duress. And you guys are definitely leading the way for others to follow. You're definitely somebody who is ready to step into that leadership role and show people how it's done, how to have that patience and that kindness and that love while still taking care of yourself as well. Hi, guys. Shark. Fierceness, authority, determination, grace, style, bold, aggressive, sharp, intimidating. It may be time to examine your inner fears and your emotions. Love or anger may be unacknowledged within you. You are a survivor, and keep moving forward no matter the obstacles. The shark is calling you to meet life head on. Shut out fear and go for what you want. Do not back down. Be resolved and show others who is in charge of your life and your purpose. Listen to the wisdom and guidance that you are receiving about how powerful you are. It is time for self-trust and to focus on your own goals. You are a boss. That goes directly with the dragon card as well. Thank you so much. And I hope you're enjoying your day in Pennsylvania. So, you guys are definitely, the people here watching right now are definitely bosses on top of your shit, and you are really leading the way for others to follow. You are showing them how to be this bright, glowing light. Even when there's a lot of harsh things going on around you, you are managing to remain in your light and in your power. You are somebody who's really meant to be seen, meant to be heard, meant to be at the top of the game. You're welcome. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in this deck, which is exploring what works, planting seeds and nourishing them so that things can grow. Seeds have been planted, planning for the future, playing cards close to the chest, growth like magic from the work you have done. So your patience, your persistence, your dedication, your faith, your planning, all of those things are working together to really create the life that you desire and to really create a very different energy around you than the energy that has been around you in the past. So we have Ten of Wands, releasing the past, take responsibility for the outcome, perseverance pays off, releasing burdens, realizing that you are love, granting forgiveness like magic, rebuilding, hard work, doing your part in changing perspectives, learning old or leaving old views behind, actions build success, responsible actions. So you're really taking a lot of responsible action now. You're putting in the hard work. You're very dedicated to overcoming any of the past hurdles in your own emotions and in the way that you behave to situations. You're really looking at it and examining it and changing the ways that you behave to reflect something that is more true to yourself. What does that mean? Oh, I don't think I've ever actually had that before. Mohawk, what is that? Can you can you explain what you just did? Only I'm kind of new to the chat thing or the live chat thing, so I'm really not sure exactly what that was. So anyway, I'm going to pull another one of these messages here. 3 of them popped out. I'm thinking this is somewhat centered on you, Mohawk. Hi. Hello. Cleanse, clear, shield, and protect your energy. Do not let others make your decisions anymore. You have more power than you know. Stand in your light. Don't dim it for others or allow yourself to react and drop down to their level. You are your own person. Show the world who that really is through your actions. So that's pretty much exactly what we've been talking about. Oh, okay. Huh. I think it said 15, but I think it sent 95 cents. I'm not sure, honestly. I think it sent it to my YouTube instead of, that's interesting. I've never actually had that done before. So basically, you are really learning how to remain in your own energy, regardless of what anybody else is doing around you. And you're really standing strong in your power. It's this energy of, I am no longer going to drop down to your level. I am going to be who I am. And I am going to stay in my own power, regardless of what anybody else has going on around me. Because that's where I belong. You know what? That kind of reminds me of Egypt. Nice. You left everything and you're moving with a backpack. That is awesome. You're living off the grace of the divine. Have faith and trust that that will be enough to get you everything that you need. It may not always be everything that you want, but you will definitely have everything that you need on your travels. Make sure that you pray and ask. You're really listening to your intuition and seeing a completely different road. Wow, you're going down this road that may be a little bit confusing and it may not be fully illuminated, but you know that this is the road that you're meant to go down. Good. I'm glad you did. Your empathy, good business sense, logical abilities, and charisma will serve you well. Remember to give back to the earth for giving and providing to you. Your love of life, strength, and positive energy are some of your best strengths. Business partners will trust you. 731. You're good. If you're looking to ask a question, that is close enough. Wow, the amount of difference between Egyptian money and American money is a crazy amount of difference, isn't it? You're welcome. So we have the 5 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. Looking within and seeing your value and your worth, regardless of how much financial things you have behind you. Really being able to look within, remain poised, remain dignified, knowing your worth, knowing your value, and taking action to reflect what is within you instead of what is without you. That's inspiring. I've been thinking about quitting my job and going all in with my business and my music, but I'm nervous. You know what? This is my all in, and I am living with very little at the moment. It's finally actually getting to the point where I have a lot more than I used to have, and it's fucking great. I feel so blessed lately, but it took a lot of dedication, it took a lot of time, it took a lot of commitment, and it took staying the course regardless of what anybody else thought about it or what anybody thought about the way that I was living. Regardless of whether or not I felt like I had the things that I wanted, I had what I needed, and that was okay. That was good enough because my path and my purpose felt bigger than that. And if that's something that feels bigger than that to you, then that's something that you can be that dedicated to, then it is definitely worth taking that leap of faith. We have affection. I feel my love fully and express it generously. There's no harm in saying I love you, and nothing bad has ever come from a hug. That's a matter of historical record. Go check on it if you'd like. In the meantime, I'll be waiting here with open arms. See where I'm going with this? Pitching in. I volunteer my services and pitch in wherever chores need to be done around the house. I love pitching in because it means the chores are done faster, and that means I can get back to what I was doing before pretending to love to pitch in. So you guys are really just putting your all into everything that means something to you, and you are no longer being afraid of expressing yourself and your vulnerabilities. I've talked about this a lot lately. I feel like there's a very big shift in everyone where everyone is starting to realize that having those emotions exposed and in the open is much better than keeping them to yourself. It's one of those things where, am I going to regret it for the rest of my life that I didn't say what I felt? Ooh, If Tomorrow Never Comes is a great poem. You guys should check that one out. It's by Norma McCarrick, I think. Great poem, though, for this exact topic. If tomorrow never comes, and if I knew it'd be the last time, what would I regret? It sure wouldn't be, sitting by myself. It would be not saying what I needed to say to those that I love, not hugging them, not holding them close, not telling them that I love them. And you're starting to realize, even if you're rejected, it's much better to tell them that you love them than it is to hold that in. I bet you are nervous, and you're very welcome. I trust me, there have been times where I have been extremely nervous. There have been times where I have broke down crying and on my knees praying. It's been a rough trip at different points throughout this time. And just recently, it's been getting better and better. There's been so many blessings coming my way and just so many improvements. And I realize I worked for all of it, but at the same time, it definitely is something being sent to me for my dedication, my faith, and my hard work. And you will get there to that point as well if you choose to go down that path. So we are going to change this topic. The governess and the witch. I can understand that. I felt like I was as well. I only have so much time and energy to give, and there are more important things than working for money from somebody else. And I wasn't going to give those things up to do this, but I wanted to be able to do this as well. So it was kind of one of those things. Thank you so much, Mohawk. Same to you on your travels, and I really hope that things turn out good for you. I have a feeling that they are going to, too. So, there's a lot of remaining grounded, remaining committed, remaining solid, and really following the path that you know to be yours. Ending cycles of the past, coming out of this energy of being stuck or being... It's time to grow. It's time for growth. It's time for new beginnings and new starts. Thank you. And you're really learning a lot from the world around you, but you are also teaching a lot in the world around you as well. You are showing people that are younger than you how to go after what they believe in, how to work hard towards their goals, how to achieve what they want to achieve, and that it can be done. That's a lot of the reason why I stayed on this path as well, because I have 2 daughters and I want them to know what it means to work hard towards something that means the world to you, and what it means when you actually achieve that because you stayed on path. I try to tell them all the time that Thomas Edison, when he first went to make a light bulb, it took 1,001 tries to make that light bulb. And he didn't consider those failures as failures. He considered those failures as a learning lesson that showed him how not to make a light bulb. And that's why he continued to learn how to make a light bulb, is because he didn't give up. And that's a little harder for them to understand than watching me do what I'm doing. I talk all the time about leading by example, and that's what I try to do for my kids, is lead by example. I do have an Instagram. It's under EarthAngel. It may be 1133, but I think I switched it to 1188 when I switched this channel as well. Actually, you can find my link should be in the description box below. So we have, I love how practical and responsible you are, down to earth and humble. Never change that. Although I wish that you would open up more and close this distance. I wish I could figure out how to do this as well. We could be best friends, but we both have a wall a mile high. Maybe we can take things slow and tear them down brick by brick. We both need to be patient with each other. Know that you are the only person I am looking at right now. I might be busy and I might be hard to get to open up and be vulnerable, but I am a very loyal person when I am in something with anyone. I only have eyes for one person at this time. I hope that this energy is mirrored because I've had cheaters in the past as well. So first off, that first section we had the swan come out in that first section, which is mirrored energy. And we also had a part of it that was talking about expressing your love, being open with your emotions, being vulnerable and sensitive with your emotions. And there is somebody in your life that there is a wall between you guys where you both are having a very hard time expressing yourself and your emotions and really trusting and opening up to each other. But the only way to get that started is to get that started. And it's time to start tearing down the walls around you. For some of you, this could definitely have to do with children in your life as well. I feel like you've been working really hard. You've been working really hard for not just yourself, but the people around you as well, to build something strong, stable, solid. But strength, stability, and solidity only goes so far. People need love too. And it can't just all be about work. It has to be about love too. Sounds good. I'm not on there as much as I used to be. I honestly used to be on there a lot more than I have been lately. Yeah, seeing things from a new perspective. You guys might be trying a little bit too hard to control things in some sort of way, or you could be dealing with somebody who is trying to control things a little bit, somebody who might be a little possessive, somebody who might, you know what, I had somebody recently, he got a hold of me at like midnight and wanted to come over, and yeah, I was like, okay, sure. And he's still there at 5 o'clock in the morning, and somebody else ends up coming over because he had talked to me a couple days before that about doing some work for him for some money. And it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I opened the door a crack and talked to him for a minute and then closed the door. And that guy's like, who is that guy? And I was like, that's the guy that I'm going to go work for here in a couple days. And he's like, what the fuck is he doing here at 5 o'clock in the morning? He's only looking for one thing if he's showing up at your house randomly at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh yeah, really? And you coming to my house at midnight, what the fuck were you looking for, mister? I'm not here just for that. And he went out there and said something to him and came back, and I'm going to go after that guy. And I was, no, get your ass in the house. You're not going after nobody. And I was like, as much as I appreciate that, because you know what? I've never had anybody actually do that. I was like, as much as I do appreciate that, I can take care of my damn self. And I'm going to be doing what I'm going to be doing. Even when I've had a husband or parents, I did what I wanted to do. And they could eat a dick. That's just the way it is. But there might be some sort of little bit possessive or jealous energy going on there. And it's because people are busy trying to control the situation instead of just, it's time to really pause and take a break and look at things and see what the reason behind those things are. And to start to feel a little more trust and just being able to go with the flow instead of trying to make things go the way that you want them to go. Boy, there's a lot of love energy in this reading today. You're welcome. Thank you for finding me on Instagram. Yeah, so you may have definitely been, it's this choice. It's a choice to be confident. It's a choice to know that you have everything you need within yourself and to know that the universe will provide the rest. I feel like this is going back to that energy too of taking those risks to do what you want to do and just letting go of control, being able to realize that the universe has your back and will provide for you if you take off in the direction that you want to go in. Some of you could be selling your house and moving. Some of you could be like Mohawk, just grabbing their backpack and going, because that's what this part is actually reminding me a lot of, is grabbing your bag and just going and knowing that the universe has your back. But it's also this energy of being confident enough to know that you are good on your own. If this does not work out and everything falls apart, you're not going to crumble into a heap on the floor. That's something that helps you to learn and grow and rebuild your foundation stronger. And it's also something that was meant to be on your path, even if it doesn't last forever. It was something that was meant to be there and something for your highest good. So you're choosing to release things that don't serve you, choosing to let go of control, and choosing to remember that when you're in a relationship with somebody, having that freedom is very important. Having that independence is very important. There is a thing called interdependence. There's codependency, there's independence, and then there's interdependence. Interdependence is the happy medium between the two, where you guys can both live your own lives and come back to each other. And at the end of the day, you both trust each other and love each other enough to know that you're going home to each other. So you guys are able to freely live your lives without the other one freaking out all the time, you know? So we have on target, follow your ideal life path. What do you feel is your ideal life path? It's time to let go of control, and it is time to live that path, to make that choice, to make that decision, to follow what you feel to be true to you. Tree of life, true wisdom, and making good choices in life. So you're really, at this point, you have come into a very strong amount of wisdom, and you're learning how to make the good choices in life that are good for you. And they may not reflect the same choices that are good for other people in their life. You're living a different life than other people are living. I definitely could be. Right now, there's only 3 of you in here. So I think it's bouncing back and forth between the 3 energies that are in here. Possibly some that may show up later and watch the video from the beginning. But yeah, it's kind of bouncing back and forth between the ones that are here. So I'm glad you're here for this message then. That's what I was saying in my thing where I posted about it too, is even if you don't have the money to pay for a question, come check it out, because there could definitely be some things here for you too. Because it's a collective reading for the people present too. Remember who you are. You are a warrior with a deep inner strength and power. Look at everything that you have been through from a different perspective. Without every bit of it, this is exactly what I was just saying. I love when that happens. Without every bit of it, who would you be exactly? What would you know? What would you have overcome to be able to see your strengths and work on your weaknesses? And you are someone who has always cared deeply about learning and growing from every experience. So put yourself I'm not sure what that says. And tell yourself, job well done. Oh, pat yourself on the back. Okay, so pat yourself on the back and tell yourself, job well done. When you can't read your own writing, that's pretty bad. Making it to now stronger, smarter, and more knowing than you have ever been before. Don't hate your past. That poison affects your presence, or your present. Sounds good. Thank you so much. Definitely 100%. You know what? This is actually what I was talking about yesterday. I have my own dream hell. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but My Own Dream Hell is a prologue to my autobiography, and it's about my molestation when I was a kid. And I went ahead and shared that on here because I don't know if I'm ever going to finish that book, but I wanted the prologue to be seen at least. And somebody yesterday commented on it saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry you went through this." And I was like, I'm not. And it's not that I loved going through being molested, but I am not sorry that I was molested, because I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be right here, right now, talking to any of you if it wasn't for going through that. So there is a silver lining to everything in your life. Not to mention, if I wouldn't have lived with that man for a couple of years, I would not have the organization skills I have, or the ability to have structure in my life because he was a very perfect structured person and very OCD. And I, thank God, don't have that to deal with anymore, because when my kids were little and they were afraid to touch dirt, I decided it was time to change some of that. But yeah. You are very welcome. Thank you for being here to watch and support me. Exactly. I wouldn't be who I am now. And you know what? More than anything in my life, being here to help people heal is one of the biggest things that I love. I have loved it since I was 14 years old and first had people start coming to me to find healing. And it really has, it's only been because of the things that I've been through that I've been able to be that. I'm glad you are, and I am glad you are here, and I am glad you went through what you went through, even if it sucked and it hurt and it was hard. And I do feel the pain for the person who had to go through that. And at the same time, I am glad you went through it. I had 3 different people who did that to me as a child as well, so I understand that too. I have actually talked to people who have had a hard time remembering the exact details of it. A lot of times our mind can decide to block that out until it feels like we can handle it. So work on gaining stability, work on gaining comfortability around those kind of issues, and that should help you to be able to resurface those memories as well. I might at some point finish that book. I might just start a whole new one, honestly. I'm feeling at this point that if I tried to finish that book, it just wouldn't be the same as it would have been if I would have finished it at that point. And so I'm thinking that I might just start one in a whole different area and finish that book instead. I have a really hard time going back and finishing something if I don't finish it all in one setting. And so, yeah, I usually tend to start a new project instead. Which is why if I get interrupted in something, sometimes I can get a little irritated. I can understand that. You know what? It was my mom's boyfriend, my grandma's husband, and my uncle, who sat there and said that he would have killed my mom's boyfriend if he would have known about what was going on and blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden he's trying to do the same thing. Although with that one, in the middle of it, I looked him in the eyes and he instantly stopped. It's like he couldn't even continue because whatever was in my eyes, he couldn't continue. And I feel like he saw something that stopped him. Yes, I am busy, Richard. You know that. My neighbor just messaged me. It's an older guy that lives in his van, and he's a veteran and ex-cop, and he has COPD, and I help him out a lot with a lot of different things, and he gives me rides places so I don't got to walk everywhere in wintertime, which is really nice. So it's a mutual exchange. Oh, you're good. You're good. I really enjoy interacting with you guys. Honestly, that's one of my favorite parts about being here is interacting with you guys. That's why I like the live readings so much. I'm surprised it took me so long to start doing live readings because I was just worried about the technology portion of it. Every time it comes to doing a new technology thing, I always feel like it's gonna be really hard. I've seen you so many times before. I hope one of us one day starts a conversation. I'd love to see if your voice is as amazing as I imagine it is. I catch myself watching you at times when you don't know it, and I've tried to convince myself to approach you, but you make my knees weak and my mouth dry. I need some new energy in my life. You are so zesty, and I feel that it would be so fun to hang out together. I have to remind myself that I have work to do every time that you are near. You are a distraction. I love that, and I hope it never ends. It is good. It's been nice having somebody who is giving back to me in the same level that I'm giving to him. It's been really nice, honestly, to have somebody care like I care. Queen of Wands. Ooh, this goes so well with this. Intimacy, creativity, strong, stable. new projects or ideas, psychic inspiration, sassy, positive, flirty, love self, fun, fiery, passionate, spiritual, caring and nurturing of self and others, protective, affectionate, camaraderie. So you are definitely somebody who is very much an inspiration to people. You guys are inspirations to people every day in your lives, whether you know it or not. You have been through a lot in your life and you have really learned from it, you've grown from it, and you have become a leader and an inspiration to everyone around you. Somebody who is a light in the dark for others, and somebody who is really stepping into their leadership role with zest, with this very strong dedication as well to doing and being who you feel you are. You're really a very different energy, and you really inspire people to bring out who they really are and accept themselves as they are, because you are somebody who really accepts yourself as you are. Okay, looking for something really quick. I found it. Sorry, guys. So let's see what else we have to go with this Queen of Wands. Speaking the truth. Speaking the truth, being very giving and generous with your time, your energy. You know, I feel like there's this energy of you give a lot out and a lot is going to come back to you because of what you give out. And needing to believe that, needing to trust that, and really expecting to receive. For the beauty that you bring this world, that beauty is going to come back to you. You are definitely somebody who speaks the truth, regardless of what anybody else thinks about that. And that's definitely one of those things that can be very inspirational for people too. I feel like you are definitely people who stand up for what is right, stand up for what you believe in, you express yourself and your truth, and you step in when you feel like people are taking advantage or abusing their power. I feel like you really inspire somebody to want to come in and express their truth to you as well. They feel very deeply connected to you. This is definitely about a love message here. Somebody feels very, very deeply connected to you. They feel like they've met you before, or they feel like it could even be somebody from your past that is looking back on those memories with a lot of happiness and a lot of joy. But for a lot of you, I feel like it's somebody that just feels a very strong connection and strong pull to you. Somebody that really has a hard time being able to look away. If you work with kids at all, they love to watch you with kids. They love to watch you with people in general, because you are somebody who really inspires them to be more giving, more open, more loving, more generous and kind, because that's the person that you are. And getting in touch with your inner child more is really going to help you. When you are in this childlike, happy, joyous energy, it really does make you stand out. It makes you in a very high vibration. It makes you hard to look away from, hard to even miss. You guys are very, very bubbly. Bubbly is the word I'm going for here. This could even be somebody that you're dealing with that might be a little bit snarky at times, or a little bit passive aggressive in some sort of way. They may seem a little rough around the edges, and it's mostly because they may be trying to protect themselves and what they have going on, because they don't want to get distracted from it by you. And they feel like you're a very heavy distraction to them and their lives. Yeah, this could definitely be somebody who has two very distinct sides to themselves. You know, when you have a lot of emotions, it's not just rainbows, sunshine, and happiness. No, when you have a lot of emotions, you have a lot of emotions. You have a lot of emotions, and being able to express those emotions truthfully and being able to accept yourself as you are and say what you mean is very important, so that you don't slip into an energy of being passive aggressive, or of joking at other people's expense, things like that. My mom actually used to talk about how at work, it was great because she was a cocktail waitress. And she's like, as long as I start laughing after whatever I say, I can call them everything but a white woman and they don't care. They think it's the funniest thing that ever happened. And it's kind of that energy. It's that energy of trying to play it off as just joking because you are wanting to say something, but you don't feel like you can say something because if you said what you really wanted to say, there could be a problem from it. And I feel like a lot of you have learned how to express yourselves more fully and say what you mean, so there doesn't become a problem from it. And so if you're dealing with somebody like this, they could be having that issue themselves, and they may need the encouragement to express their truth as well. But you may need to separate yourself from this person and pull back your energy and let them figure out their own shit too, because I'm kind of feeling that as well for some of you guys. It's definitely going to be that you need to pull back from this situation and let this person deal with their own shit and figure out what they got going on, so that they can take care of it. And I feel like the universe is going to line things up so this person does have to spend some time alone so they can really actually be forced to look within, instead of thinking that it's everybody else that has the problem. It's something to do with themselves. And a lot of times the universe will definitely conspire to cause people to have to take that time to themselves to really look within if they're refusing to do that on their own. But you are the one that is leading the way and inspiring the changes that are going to take place here, because they have watched you work through these things and take care of them yourself for a lot of you. And how to get back into that playful, joyful, loving energy was to be able to be this honest person and express what you're really feeling. So we are going to move on to the next subject. We have Listen with Your Heart, You Will Understand. I love that song. Let it break upon you like the waves upon the sand. What direction lights you up inside? Where do you feel most comfortable and at ease? What do you enjoy doing? Who with? Are you making the choices that make you most happy? Or are you letting fear run the day? So it's time to check in with yourself, and it's time to understand whether or not you're letting fear get in the way, or whether or not you are expressing your truth, whether or not you are being open and honest with yourself and with others around you. I'm going to mention that poem again. Tomorrow Never Comes by Norma, I think it's Merrick. Great poem. And what would you regret tomorrow if the world all came to an end tomorrow? What would you regret not doing today? Not taking the time to say today, not taking the time to really express or do, because there might have been some fear in the way. So check into what your fears are, what you are most afraid of doing, and see if you have been running away from that at all. Your sacrifices have been seen and felt. The time, the effort, the faith and trust, the persistence that you have shown is paying off. Believe it and receive it. A new life and way of living is coming to you now. The wait is over. Use the patience to be okay with the ebb and flow that follows before the dam breaks loose. You got this. Keep going and don't give up now. You are almost there. And I have definitely been through that myself, where you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and it just seems like it's never coming. And should I be doing this, or should I be walking away from this? Should I be doing this, or should I be walking away from this? And it's this energy of just needing to trust and be patient and know that, yes, there's going to be the good days and there's going to be the bad days. And eventually you're going to get to the point where there is more good coming in for what you're doing than there is bad. It just takes time. Two of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Once again, being able to express your truth, being able to say what you mean, do what you mean, being able to act on your feelings, being able to act on what you want to act on, maybe even gaining extra knowledge in a certain subject. There might be certain subjects that you are very interested in, that you may be thinking about learning more about and connecting more to. You may even be thinking about going out and trying to make some friendships. And it could be that it has been really hard in the past. There's been a lot of illusions. There's been a lot of lies. Maybe you jumped into some things too quickly. And then when you realized that these people weren't who you thought they were, it hurt very deeply. And so now you might be a little bit afraid to jump into these connections because you're worried about losing these connections. And I'll say this much: rejection is definitely protection, no matter how ridiculous that sounds. It is. When you jump into a situation and it's not right for you and you lose that situation, yes, it does hurt. Of course it hurts. But at the same time, would you rather have a situation like that, or would you rather have one that is more in line with you? And the way that we find those is by exploring. So you're exploring these options right now, and really striking out to make these friendships, these connections, and to understand yourself better in the world around you. A lot of you could definitely be taking action to learn more about your own emotions and to learn more about emotions of others as well, which is definitely a good thing. Emotional intelligence is something that should be a lot more valued than it is. But you may be learning a lot more about the emotions of yourself and others around you, and that could definitely be helping you on your path as well. I love that I was talking about possible heartbreaks, and here's heartbreak. Yeah, so you have learned a lot from the things that you have been through. You have learned a lot, especially about emotions, and you've learned how to communicate in a more mature and effective way. You've learned how to be more logical and rational instead of so impulsive. And that learning came from a lot of the heartbreak that you had to go through and experience. So that heartbreak did mean something. It meant a lot. It meant a lot because you learned from it, you grew from it, and you were really able to explore how best to approach a situation because of it. How to align your shadow and your light side, and how to ground yourself so that you can move forward trusting in your intuition to guide you towards your truest path. This Seven of Cups, I love it because when you turn it upside down, it's no longer the illusions and all these different cups and options and choices. You know what your option is, and it is lit up. And I don't read my cards in reversal very often, so when I do actually see this one this way is because of other things that lead to that, like this horse running directly towards that sun. You guys have learned from the experiences that you have gone through what is best for you and what is not best for you. And so you have been able to cut off the things that are not good for you. And you've also possibly been able to learn to communicate in a way that has brought peace to the situations in your past. You could definitely have made peace with people from your past, or you soon might be, which is going to bring a lot of closure to you on the situations that you went through and the hardship and hurt that you faced. So the exalted urchin and the outsider. You could definitely have felt like you were on the outside looking in. And you could definitely have felt like you did not deserve to be in that position. You could have felt like other people were an imposter and kind of took your position. They may have been exalted above what you felt like they deserved. And I feel like you're really realizing why you had to go through these things, though, and what happened to create the situations that were here. I feel like there was definitely an energy of, in the past, you allowed other people to get into your energy and cause you to act out of character. And you may have came off looking like the crazy one in situations, or the one that was causing the problems. And you could have definitely been a scapegoat for somebody as well, and made to look like you were the one who was causing all the chaos, all the drama, all the everything. And what it was is that you're a very strong empath. And in being a very strong empath, you have to learn how to detach yourself a bit from the emotions of everyone around you, so that you are not acting in their energy, but you are acting in your own energy. And you have really learned how to make peace with the past, how to leave that behind, and how to take action towards things that are good for you, how to see the truth in yourself and in others, and how to disregard what anybody else thinks, because your truth is the truth. we are going to move on to the next message that wants to come out. You are seen in a very good light by those who truly know you. You are so loved, you have no idea. Love yourself first, or you won't see it. See yourself from the eyes and hearts of those who hold you dear. Look at your life through heaven's eyes. I was actually, before I read that part, I was thinking, look at your life through heaven's eyes is the song that this is making me think of. Anyway, yeah. It's time to look at yourself through a higher perspective instead of looking at yourself from the eyes of a hater. Sometimes we can look at ourselves through the eyes of a hater and really judge ourselves harshly, especially if we dealt with gaslighting or scapegoating. We can definitely look at our eyes through the eyes of the people who have made us feel less than, and those eyes become our own. So there could definitely be a need for some rewiring here as well. Arm yourself against a worldly view. Oh, that fits in so well with look at your life through heaven's eyes. Arm yourself against a worldly view. What truly feels right to you in your heart? You will find the answers that you seek in your mind. Don't overthink. Don't give in. Stand strong in the position that you're in. If you have something to say, say it. Don't worry what others think. So, this is going back to a little while ago when we were talking about expressing your truth. Expressing your truth is good not only for you, but for everyone else. Even when it hurts everyone else, it's good for everyone else. Because, first off, honesty is always better than a sugar-coated lie. Any day of the week, period, bottom line. I don't give a shit if it hurts me. I would much rather hear your honesty than a sugar-coated lie. And also, because that builds up inside you in a negative way, and it comes out in a negative way. When you are denying those things or aren't accepting those things or aren't expressing those things, they come out in a very harsh way, and they can come out in a very judgmental way. They can come out in a very passive aggressive way, or they can just build up until you blow up on everybody around you. And a lot of times you end up blowing up on the people who aren't even responsible for the way that you are feeling anyway, because they're the safe option. You are starting to notice and break karmic cycles, patterns handed down through time. Accept that your parents did the best that they could at the time with the tools that they had. They loved you and they tried to show it, although most didn't even know what love really was. Neither did you. Forgive yourself as a parent or a partner or a child who didn't know how to love. Forgive your partners too. Pray for healing for you and all, and lead the way to victory. You have it in you to heal. Spread your story, inspiring others as you go, and really making an impact, but only through acceptance of self and others as humans, and forgiveness of mistakes and harmful beliefs or actions can you acknowledge and lead a new way of love and light as a light worker. So, if you guys missed the part with the Queen of Wands a little while ago, this is leading me back to that, where you are an inspiration to people around you. And you're an inspiration to people around you because you are working through that energy and learning how to express your truth, learning how to be who you really are, learning how to go after what you truly want. And you are showing others how to do that in their lives as well. You are becoming a leader who leads the way through the darkness into the light. You have everything you need within yourself, and the rest will be provided. You have a deep well of emotional strength and stability within yourself. Camels can go on long journeys through the desert with little to no sustenance, and so can you. You are able to face the harshest of conditions, the cruelest of actions, and still keep going and remain upright. Slow and steady is what wins the race, and you have been working hard in a very slow, steady, persistent, dedicated path towards really healing yourself and growing yourself as a person. And you should definitely be proud of yourself for that. We have the Five of Wands, understanding of conflict or confusion, coming out of confusion, release of confusion, seeing what's worth fighting for, seeing things from a new perspective, changing understandings or ways of thinking, sassy, competitive, fighting for what you want, thoughts wise. So not only are you fighting for what you want and going after what you want, you are also doing that within yourself and in your thoughts and in your actions. You are becoming more authentic to who you are and how you want to be perceived in this world. And not caring about the thoughts and opinions of others. Yes, a lot of you could definitely have dealt with an abusive person of some sort. Going over thoughts and details, manipulation, games, ego, seeing new things that were missed before, overly obsessed, manipulative, controlling, fixated, logical, stuck on something or someone, smart, analytical, mature communicator, time to speak the truth. So you are learning, you are growing, you are overcoming obstacles and challenges. You're learning how to speak the truth and express yourself in a way that is much better than maybe you have done in the past. Because if you are running into people who are doing things like that, a lot of times it's because you are not being your true authentic self as well. And so now you're stepping more fully into your true authentic self, knowing that it will bring you a higher grade of people into your life. And you may also be seeing the competition that is going on surrounding you and your time and your attention as well. Exploring emotions, seeing all of your options clearly, putting in work to heal emotions like magic, helping others to see their options, cutting through the BS inside, working joyfully and understanding feelings, stirring up emotions and making wishes come true, leaving sadness behind. 5 of Pentacles, traumas to overcome, learning and growth, feelings of lack caused by trauma, feeling you aren't worthy because of trauma, finding your worth, releasing your guilt or your shame, karmic experiences have taught you well, learning through experience, competition, unbalanced give and take, feeling unworthy, jealousy, taking more, expecting more, greed, and self-doubt. So like I was saying, a lot of the people watching right now could definitely have been dealing with some sort of gaslighting, manipulation, scapegoating, somebody who was very judgmental, harsh, analytical, cruel in their words or their actions, and you are definitely learning how to overcome those past situations that have put you down and made you feel like you were not good enough. And you are starting to see everything that you went through and how amazingly strong you are because of what you have been able to go through and come back from. And you are really learning a lot about yourself and the world around you. 3 of Pentacles, knowledgeable, willing to scale anything, grounded, stable, reliable, rising above all obstacles through perseverance, overcoming challenges, teaching, learning, actions, thoughts, ideas are balanced, giving, receiving, help, or guidance. So you guys have learned a lot from everything you have gone through. You have overcome a lot. You have scaled this mountain and now have all of this knowledge and wisdom and all of these tools at your disposal, all of these tools that you didn't have in the past. And so now you are starting to forgive yourself, love yourself, and know that everything you went through was for a reason. And you are also starting to teach others how to go through these things and overcome these things as well. And I feel like a lot of you are also starting to forgive those around you who did not know these things too, because you're starting to see that it is related in a lot of ways, that you may not have known these things, but other people around you did not know these things either. And you're really starting to see things in a very different light than you did in the past, and starting to heal from and grow from the things that you went through. You're starting to really see just how strong you are and just how much strength you have within yourself because of everything that you have gone through and how you have been able to overcome it all every step of the way. So unless somebody is looking to answer or ask a question, I'm going to move on to the next topic. I am not someone that you can take advantage of. Others know better. No more will they try. Others treat me fairly and respectfully. People pay me for my knowledge, skills, and gifts. I don't have to argue whether it's right or wrong. They know what's right, and if they don't, I walk away. My intuition is on point, and I trust it with ease. I deserve to listen to my inner self. No more will I discard it because of the reactions of others. The truth is always revealed eventually. I see the truth through the lies at all times. No one ever pulls the wool over my eyes. I am knowledgeable and wise. I am a healer, and I make a difference in the lives of others and in this world. I am capable of standing tall, head held high. I never look down on myself, and I don't care whether others do. People respect me. I am loved, and I am cherished. I enjoy my life, and I am happy to be here. I am no longer worried about or question what is coming. I am relaxed, and I am at ease. So this is for the healers watching this reading. This is for the healers, definitely. And you are learning how to let go of anybody's preconceived notions of who you should be or what you should give away for free. You are starting to realize that your power, your value is worth a lot. And if people do not want to give you what you are worth, you are definitely ready to walk away from any situation that does not give back to you in kind. And you are no longer worried about whether or not people think that's mean or whether or not people think that you can't be a healer if you choose to walk away from people. Well, if you choose to walk away from people that are killing your ability to be a healer, yeah, you are a healer because you are protecting the gifts that you have to give to this world and giving them to the people that actually deserve to have those gifts. And I realize, you know what, everybody deserves to be loved, but not everybody deserves your specific energy, and you're not meant to be everyone's healer. You are coming into a lot of financial stability. You have worked hard. Know that you have earned it and allow it to come in. Stay positive and don't pay attention to the haters. Only give your energy to the things that deserve it and return it. Hey, and all your good works are paying off. Success is yours finally. So yeah, that's pretty much what I was just saying. And it goes so well with this right here too. I am not someone that you can take advantage of. Others know better now. I choose to put a value and worth on myself, and if you don't want to give that value and worth, then goodbye. Some drinking issues may be a source of pain. What truth needs to be spoken, understood, and released? What parts are being hidden away out of shame and guilt? It is time for sober expression. Don't fret over the opinions of others if it kills the true soul. Time to come out of the mask. Other addictions could be at play too. So, if it's not your addictions, it could be the addictions of others. But it's time to come out of any kind of masks that you're wearing. Be more authentic to you. Be who you really are. Express yourself without needing the help of any kind of substance to be able to express your truth. Some people use alcohol a lot of times it lowers your inhibitions. And I've actually mentioned this to people several times before, that it isn't something that causes you to act out of character. It is something that actually causes you to be able to act in a way that you would not be courageous enough to act in without it. It's something that bumps up who you are inside in a lot of ways. So how people act when they're drunk a lot of times is how they're feeling inside and aren't showing. And this allows them the courage to be able to be that. And now you're learning how to truly be yourself and not care what anybody else thinks about that, regardless of whether or not you are under the influence of anything. A lot of you may also be learning not to disengage, detach from the emotions of others without having to numb yourself down with some sort of substance. Because numbing yourself down with some sort of substance, yeah, can help you to pull away from the energies of others. Actually, it can help people to get into your energies more fully too, because it lowers your guard and allows them to be able to get in there and manipulate your energies at a very higher level. I actually was telling somebody that last year, that they had far too much power to be allowing other people to control that power by being a drunk all the time. And that's what you do. You allow other people to take control of you. Or you can also end up allowing people to take control of you because they can get into your energy and they can manipulate that energy. So it's time to face your greatest fear. Turn and look in the mirror. No more running. What do you see? What needs healed? What needs acknowledgement? What needs release? Self-forgiveness, self-love, and compassion. What needs understanding? Love yourself fully, the shadow side too. As you uncover it, you have to accept it as a part of you, to leave behind the behaviors. If you deny them, you can't heal them. And generally, when we're denying parts of ourselves, they come out in a very bad way. They come out in a way that is unexpected and in a way that is not good for ourselves or for others around us. So it's really time to face the things that you have within you. Some of you could be having a hard time telling people about what your worth is and accepting less than what you are worth and allowing people to walk over you or allowing people to control you through your feelings of guilt or control you through your feelings of, I don't want to be seen as a mean person, or, things like that, because a lot of times it's really easy to take somebody who is a nice person and get them to do what you want them to do simply because they don't want to be seen as the mean one, and or the one that is not the healer, because you are a healer and healers look like many different things. And just because somebody else wants to tell you that you're not a healer because of a certain thing you're doing does not make it true. So it's time to face your greatest fears, to really look in the mirror, to forgive yourself, love yourself, and understand yourself, and to understand that each and every one of us has a light side and a dark side. And if we are denying that dark side, we are denying half of ourselves. And we are also acting out in ways that are not good to ourselves and to others. And when we're in that energy, it causes us to lose out on a lot of things that are our full potential because we are not accepting half of ourselves. Choosing to be a light in the dark, choosing to recognize your ability to stand strong on your own emotionally, to be fulfilled in and of yourself, to be at peace without another person around you, is going to allow you to be able to draw in connections that are more on your level, connections that are more peaceful and loving, and connections that are not controlling and base, toxic connections. Coming out of this addiction energy, unchaining yourself from the past behaviors, and really fighting for what's right for you, fighting for what's right for the world around you. Really being able to stand up and shine your light and not care if anybody else is having issues with who you are, but being able to express yourself regardless. You have been working so hard to free yourself from anything that has been holding you back and holding you down. And you have really bloomed. You've bloomed. And some people can call it selfish. They may call it selfish that you are in this energy, but this energy is not selfish. This energy is self-love, self-confidence. It's freedom and independence from the thoughts and opinions and actions of others. And it's doing what you feel is best and right for yourself and making the choice to work hard towards your goals and work hard towards your abilities, to increase your skills, to increase your gifts, and to earn a living from your gifts. For some of you, a lot of you, it's definitely going to be that ability to earn a living from your gifts, and being okay with that and not letting anybody else convince you that it is not okay, or that it's not okay to earn a living from your gifts. They want money for their time, their energy, their skills, their knowledge. So there's nothing wrong with you wanting money from your time, your energy, your skills, and your knowledge. And trust me, I've had to face that a lot with a lot of different people. There's been a lot of people, especially when you're in the position that I'm in, or most healers, which is what mostly this portion is about, is healers. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, you shouldn't be charging for what you're doing, and that's evil, and that's not what healers do. You're just meant to be here to be everybody's fucking doormat. No, I'm not here to be everybody's doormat. And if people want my personal time and energy in a personal session, then they can pay for it or they can go away. And yes, I have worked with a lot of people who have not paid me, but I made that choice on my own. And the reason I chose to work with those people is because they gave back to me in ways too. Even if they couldn't afford it, they gave back to me in ways. And I won't let money be the only reason that I don't help somebody. But if you're not going to give me anything else, then give me money. That's the way it is. So we're going to move on to the next portion of message. Doop 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 doo. Doop doop doo. Be true to who you are. The beauty inside is overflowing. The real you will get you far. Look at the seeds of life you're sowing. What will you reap from the life of a sheep, when instead you could flourish if you choose to take and nourish the real you inside, who is wishing for a solid new ride. So, it's time to really stand up and stand out, and to not feel like you have to fit in order to live your life. To feel like you are beautiful, whether people are the same as you or not. You don't have to be the same as people to be beautiful. And in fact, that's the reason that butterflies are so beautiful, because they're all different. Every single one of them is different. Even if some of them are similar, you will never find an identical butterfly to another butterfly. It just isn't going to happen. You are important too. Take some time for self-care and love. Do for you more, and don't feel guilty about it. Take yourself on a date, dress up, and hold your head high. Go on a vacation somewhere that you can relax and unwind. Maybe even learn something new while you are there. There is a whole world around you. Take time to live. Live like you are dying, Tim McGraw. No more time to be a yes man or woman. No more time to give to others without a return. Wow, exactly what we were just talking about. No more time to give without a return coming in. And that's not that you expect it. That's not anything of the sort. What it is if you're giving to somebody repeatedly and all they're doing is taking, then you have to separate yourself from that person, because that person does not know how to stand on their own. And a lot of times you have to separate look at a mom bird. She'll shove a bird out of the nest so that it can learn to fly. You got to shove that bird out of that nest so they can learn to fly on their own feet or on their own wings. It's time to be true to who you are, to really express yourself, to really go out and have fun and live your life, and don't worry about whether or not you have another person there to be able to do those things. And if you don't have money, then find things that don't require money. Go to the river for a couple hours and just enjoy the river and the beauty and the nature around you. Go out to the mountains, collect some rocks. That's one of my funnest trips, and my favorite trips right there is to go out in the hills and just collect some rocks. And it's one of the cheapest things you will do. Spend some time with your animals and get out and have some fun. Go to the park and just enjoy an afternoon at the park. Go volunteer somewhere. Some people have a lot of fun volunteering at different places, depending on what the place is. And there's lots of different places that you can find to volunteer. One enchanted evening, the perfect night. So I feel like some of you getting out and having that fun, even if you feel like you're alone and you're not really there's not really gonna be much going on, it's not gonna really be fun, tell yourself it's gonna be fun. Tell yourself it's gonna be a fun night, and it's gonna be great, and it's gonna be something that you're gonna enjoy a lot, and go out anyway. And you are gonna find something amazing in going out on that night. Insight opens the third eye to strengthen your intuition. Follow your intuition and go where it leads. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't talk yourself out of going and doing things and having fun. If you feel drawn to go do something, go do it. Regardless of whether or not you're thinking, oh, I don't got the time for this. Oh, I don't got the energy for this. Oh, I don't got this for this. Make the fucking time. Make the energy. Get an extra long night's sleep so that you can go out and enjoy that night. It's time to really go out, take care of you, and enjoy you and your company. And in doing so, you are going to run into someone or some people that you are going to end up having a really good time with. There is a reason you're being called to do these things. And that reason is because you are going to run into something that is really going to change your way of thinking and being, I feel like. Tower, Four of Wands, High Priestess, Three of Cups, the Star, and the Son of Pentacles. So, stop doing things to make anyone else happy and start doing things that feel good to you. Start going places that feel good to you. Go out, have fun, enjoy the life, and don't let anybody talk you out of it. Some people might call you irresponsible. Some people might try to say that you party too much or whatever, but you know what? You know what you're doing. And I feel like the majority of you here have been spending a lot of time on responsibilities and haven't been taking so much time for fun and joy and happiness. It's time to get out, and it's time to know that you will meet some friends. If you're going to places that you enjoy and doing things that you like doing, you're going to find those like-minded people there. And yes, things may have burned down in the past and it may have really left everything in ashes, but that was so that you could build yourself back up from the ground up and you could really have another chance at being who you truly are instead of being who you were molded to be in some sort of way. There is a very strong intuitive nudge here for you guys to get out into the world and really enjoy yourself. Some of you may have actually dealt with a death recently in your life. And this death happened for a reason. Make this death happen for a reason. This death happened for a reason, and it happened so that it could show you how precious life is. And to step up and really take the reins and do something in your own life instead of waiting for later. Oh, I'll be able to do that later. Oh, there'll be time for that later. Oh, I'll have energy for that later. No, do it now. Have that fun now. Go out now. Enjoy your time now. And some things do take a while to really build them up. But at the same time, if you keep persisting and keep working towards your goals, you will have them. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have fun in the meantime. Celebrate the victories you have now. Celebrate life. Enjoy yourself. Speak from a place of passion. Speak from a place of joy and happiness. Speak from a place of love and faith, and really from a place of stability in your thoughts. Don't allow your thoughts to be scattered. Don't allow yourself to be distracted from what your goals are, but continue to have fun too. It's a balance of these things that will bring you the most success in life. When you wish upon a star is coming to mind. When you wish upon a star, you will go so very far. And then a dream is a wish your heart makes. I watch a lot of Disney movies. I like Disney movies. So let's see what the next topic wants to talk about. Cheshire Kitten, We're All Mad Here. Katy Perry, Dark Horse. Wow, I haven't heard that song in a while. Oh, and J.J. Tucker is the one that does Cheshire Kitten, We're All Mad Here. There are many new opportunities in front of you. You have ended things no longer serving your highest good, walked away from illusions, worked hard to overcome self-defeating behaviors. But you may have been having a hard time trusting or opening up again. Time to bring your passions and emotions into balance. It's time to open up to the gray area of life. Get out more to open up more. Allow your heart to guide you, allow your heart to guide you, but not to lead an impulse. So listen to your heart, allow your heart to guide you, but don't allow yourself to fall into that impulsive instant gratification energy or that need for validation. Allow your heart to guide you, but not to rule you, because it takes a balance of heart and mind to make the greatest difference in your life. Study is needed in order to continue to expand the mind. You need to keep it going. Learning never truly stops, at least not if it isn't blocked by thinking you know it all. Ego can get in the way with your talents and your brains. Don't let it. So I know most of you have probably met some of those older people who seriously think that they know everything and that you could never teach them a damn thing, that they could never learn anything. Well, then there's those other people that even at 80 years old, they can talk to a child and learn something new from them. That's the type of energy that you want to be in, knowing that the journey never truly stops. It's something that's going to continue going throughout your life. Your learning is never going to stop. Your expanding is never going to stop. Unless, of course, you stop it. And when you stop it and you get stagnant, that's when you start to get that self-righteous energy and attitude. And you don't necessarily want to be living in that attitude. You want to be living in that open to learning attitude. I wish I could stop your tears. When I was with you, I'd try so hard. Sometimes I could. Other times you would hold me tight and just cry. But it seemed to help, so I stayed. Please don't cry. I love you so much. So yeah, you're learning to open your heart again. You're learning to be vulnerable again. You're learning to heal, release, and let go of the pain that you have went through. And there's somebody around you who really loves you and just wants to give you this pat on the back. I feel like they want to pat you on the back and tell you that you're doing a good job. Knowledge and wisdom are something that you have strove hard to attain in life. Through some very hard-earned lessons you have overcome. You will be sought after for your gifts in guidance, psychology, counseling, and helping to see the pieces of the puzzle. You are very perceptive and might be claircognizant as well. That one hits home very much so. So some of you have really spent a lot of time learning, growing, studying a lot to help heal yourself and to help heal the world around you. But just know that there is still more that you can learn. There's still more that you can grow. There is still more out there for you. So every opportunity that you get with somebody where you are teaching them, make sure that you're open to learning from them at the same time. It's time to get up, dust yourself off, and move forward. No more wallowing. Notice everything good around you. You have been through a lot, but you are amazingly strong. Tap into your inner strength and know that you can handle it all. Take it one day at a time, one step at a time. Things will improve steadily as your attitude about life improves. Think of all the things that you have faced and don't let this one thing knock you down when so many things in the past couldn't. Remember who you are and take back your power. Others tried to break you, but they couldn't. See how amazing that is and be proud of you and keep going. Don't just be alive. Live life again. Wow, it's amazing how on point all these messages just blend together from beginning to end, isn't it? It's really, yeah, it's definitely a day for everybody to look at how far they've come, everything they've accomplished, how much they've overcome, and just be in this energy of gratitude to yourself, thankfulness for yourself, pride in yourself, love of yourself, and seeing the beauty that you are because of everything you went through. A diamond is made out of coal. And, it's made through a very rigorous process. You can't have that diamond without that process. And you can't have you without the process of everything you've been through. Find your peace, center and ground yourself. Don't allow fear and anxiety to steal your win. Don't let the opinions or judgments of others cause you to turn away from what you know to be your truth and your path. 10 of Pentacles. So definitely some financial stability coming in. There's a lot about, financial stability coming in for a lot of people today. Something that you have done on your own. You have had to fight hard for it. You have been able to end a lot of cycles of the past. You have been able to turn away from communities of people, or just a lot of people in general that did not have the same idea for your life as you had. You have been able to temper your passions and your emotions through patience and persistence, and you feel like you've been traveling this road forever, but there is a bright light up ahead. You have fought your way through so many hard things and so many harsh circumstances and situations, but you have this great level of independence, self-confidence, stability, self-love, self-respect, and self-care because of everything that you went through. And now you are ready to have not just the self things, but the outward things as well. You are definitely ready to have people around you again and to be among people, to be able to be in a state of peace and happiness around people. I feel like there's a lot of commitment, loyalty, stability that is coming into your life. And also I feel like there is definitely a lot of financial stability coming into your life as well. Something that you have worked hard for on your own against all odds is getting ready to come into your life. Triple spiral, listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. Felix Felicitas, power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events. So there's a lot of luck and good karma on your side because of the things that you have done, because of who you are as a person. and you have really been listening to divine wisdom. You have been joyfully learning life's lessons. You have been growing and overcoming, and you have not been feeling like the victim, but you have been feeling like the survivor who is a thriver. And you are thriving now. You are thriving so much now because you have worked your ass off for it, and you deserve it. You deserve to have these good things come into your life for having that faith and that trust in the divine purpose and divine plan for your life and why it had to unfold the way that it did. The little things. Today I am thankful for all of the moments that cheer me up or make me feel loved and lucky. Big milestones matter, but it's also the little in-between things that remind me how important family is. I never know where these moments will pop up, but they always seem to know how to find me. Do those little moments just have a crush on me? So you guys are really starting to notice and appreciate the beauty of everything around you. You're starting to notice and appreciate the finer things in life, the more important things in life, the more valuable things in life. What is truly important to you and who is truly important to you? You're starting to notice the little things that people have done to show their care and their kindness and their love on your journey. Even possibly some of the ones that seemed like they were against you at the time. A lot of times it was because they cared. They loved you. They were worried and they didn't want you to be crushed. They didn't want you to be hurt. They didn't want you to end up failing. And it's not that they didn't believe in you per se. It's just more that they didn't ever see anybody in their own lives be able to accomplish those things. They never thought it was possible. They never had the belief in themselves. They never had the belief in life being a good place. They never saw good in life. And so how could they believe that somebody else could find that good in life either? How did they believe that anybody else could change their station in life or move up in the world when they never were able to do that themselves? I almost started crying during that. There are definitely a lot of people in this world that love you and don't know how to show the love. And depending on the level of toxicity, sometimes you do got to pull yourself away from them. Doesn't mean the love never existed. Because underneath the hate, underneath the hurt, underneath the pain, underneath all of that is love. It always is. It's always there, ever present. Watching you grow fills me with joy. Hearing your laughter after so long of grieving is so amazing. It's like music that calls to me, even on the other side. Know that I am watching over you. I wish that I could reach out and touch you. To hug you would be like water to a man in the desert, as I know that it would be for you as well. We will see each other again one day, but until then, live your life because it brings me so much joy to watch you in your passion and your vibrancy. So you definitely have somebody on the other side that is looking over you, looking after you, watching over you. I feel like this could definitely be somebody who has been doing this for most of your life. The reason I say that is my grandmother came to mind, who has been there since I was 3 watching. And they are really just very proud of you, really loving the fact that you are starting to light up again. You may have gone through something that was really harsh, hurtful, sad, a loss or pain, something that happened that really just stole your shine for a while. And now you are starting to shine again, and they really just feel that shine. They feel that shine, they see that shine, they love it. And they really wish that they could just be there to reach out and let you know that they are there, because they are there. We got another message from somebody. I love your body so much. It brings life to my eyes. You are so beautiful, very graceful, charismatic, and colorful. Your differences make you amazingly unique, and I love your energy. When you walk into the room, my heart stops for a beat every time. You vibrate healing energies wherever you go. You have so many layers to you. As I explore you, I am surprised more and more by what I uncover. A lush garden of beauty and abundance. Secret Garden by Bruce Springsteen. You deserve the best, and I hope that you find it. She'll let you in her house if you come knocking late at night. She'll let you in her mouth if the words you say are right. If you pay the price, she'll let you deep inside. But there's a secret garden she hides. So there could be some things that you may be holding back from the world a little bit. Some of your joy, some of your happiness, some of that just light-filled, love-filled energy that is so connected to your heart. And there may have been some pain or hurt that you have experienced that caused you to reel back some of those things and just be in this sad, hurt state. And you are really starting to step out of that sad, hurt state to this more life-filled, love-filled, joy-filled, colorful state again. And people really do notice this. People notice this about you, and they are just blown away by the happiness, the joy, the positivity, the beauty that is you. Your decision to be in this happy energy. It is a decision in a lot of ways. And you are deciding that it's time to be in this new state and to vibrate in this high energy. You're really reflecting on some of the decisions that you've made and coming to peace with them, coming to terms with them. You may be praying more, meditating more, reflecting more. I feel like you may even be talking to your ancestors more and those that are on the other side as well. Making the decision to live life and love life and be in this energy of happiness, joy, and positivity, and to really leave behind any of the hurt and pain. Learning how to work hard for yourself at the same time as others. Learning that pursuing what you love may take a long time, but that's okay because it brings you a lot of happiness. Regardless of whether or not it takes time, it brings you a lot of happiness, it brings you a lot of joy, and it brings you a lot of peace. You're learning to accept that things sometimes take a long time, but the best things in life take a long time. And that's what you're really truly accepting, is that the best things in life take a long time. And they really are some of the most beautiful things in life. But it takes that persistence, that dedication, that patience, and that time and effort to fulfill. And you are also deciding to no longer be spending your time trying to please others and make them happy, but to be working towards your own goals and dreams and making yourself happy. And knowing that it's not selfish to want to be happy, to want to work on things that bring you joy and peace and happiness, because that's what will make you the best version of yourself for the rest of the world around you as well. Seeing things from a new perspective, understanding things from a new perspective, understanding some of the reasons that other people have done some of the things as well. Some of the things that they've done, because some of the things that they've done have maybe been to sacrifice themselves for everyone else. And then they end up in that martyr energy. And maybe you were in that martyr energy at one point in the past yourself. But now you have decided that it's time to go after what you want and work hard towards what you want. You're building something for yourself. You're stepping into this more authentic energy of really being who you are. You are strong, sturdy, stable, steady. You have built something for yourself financially as well, from something that makes you very happy, something that makes you feel good inside, or you soon will be. There's definitely a lot of abundance and fertility around you and within you. You could definitely have somebody that wants to take care of you the way that you have spent your time taking care of others as well. This is also reminding me of the person that could be on the other side watching over you as well. They're watching you learn, they're watching you grow, they're watching you level up, they're watching you decide to be committed to what you love, and to know that in being committed to what you love, it's bringing you peace, happiness, and joy, which is raising your vibration, and it's also causing the rest of it to fall into place as well, and to align with who you really are. That you are really having the resources needed as well now. I love you so much, and I miss you dearly. Part of me almost wishes that you could be here with me, but I know that you still have many things to do there, and I will see you when you get here. Someone promised to be there. They led with flattery, false compliments, and lies. They ghosted on you. They saw your beauty, and guilt feeds on them for preying on such a pure soul. You taught them so much about empathy and real unconditional love. Now they can't face you and admit how dirty their intentions actually were. They feel that you already know, though. So, somebody could have passed away that promised to be there as well. And you know that they couldn't. When it's your time, it's your time. But I feel like this is somebody from your past that you may have dated that really caused a lot of pain, hardship, hurt in your life. They may have intended to cause a lot of pain, hardship, and hurt in your life. And they really did not see who you were. They thought that who you were was a facade. They've never met anybody like you before. They really felt like that was something that didn't exist. That purity, that love, that honesty, that beauty was something that didn't exist in this world. And so now that they see that that is something real in this world, and I feel like you taught them how to look at things from other people's shoes, how to feel things, how to really see things. And I feel like they are dealing with feeling a lot of the people around them now, where they didn't used to. Some of your gifts could have rubbed off on this person. And now they're having a hard time facing the people that they have done wrong, especially you, because you are the one that they feel deserves an apology more than anybody else, but they really don't want to have to admit what they did to be able to give that apology. And at the same time, they know that you know. It's not like they feel that they know that you know. Come back down to earth. It is time to face reality. Your dreams and goals need a practical plan as well. You can make your dreams come true, but it does take action too. I don't want to come back down from this cloud. I don't want to come back down from this cloud. It's taking me all my time. Something like that. Call me crazy. Others call me crazy every day, all because I do things my own way. I don't listen to their crazy talk. I keep my head high and walk my walk. Who cares what the small-minded say? Let them go their own way. My mind is open to what I feel. Nothing could ever be more real. I leave behind fear and doubt. Who cares if I look crazy running about? I know what's real in my life, and I cast away your crazy strife. So if you guys like my poems, you can find them on Dee's StoryTime as well. The link is in the description box for that too. This one is on there already. All the ones that have been on here today are on there. So you could definitely have dealt with people that tried to convince you that your gifts weren't real. There could have definitely been some gaslighting, manipulation. They could have called you crazy, made you feel crazy, made you feel like you didn't know what was going on. They definitely could have made you feel like you didn't know what was really going on. The person that this is making me think of the most is somebody who had very little empathy that I dealt with last year. And there was 3 times he was doing something with somebody else, didn't show up and was doing something with somebody else, and I walked away each time. And I actually went and found somebody the last time to go do something with myself, which, you know, not the best thing. But when he's sitting there trying to convince me that nothing ever happened with anybody, and, oh, I can't believe you went and found somebody to do something with. And I was like, we weren't together, and where the fuck were you anyway? And I was pretty damn sure that he was doing something anyway. And a couple weeks later, he ended up admitting that, yeah, there was 3 times he did. And I was like, oh, and it was every time I walked away from you, wasn't it? Yep, sure enough, my intuition was on point. Exactly right. So your intuition was on point with this person. You knew what was going on the whole time. Don't allow yourself to believe you didn't. And I feel like this person tried to convince you you didn't. And so now they're really starting to see their actions in a whole new light. The world and the drowned man. Could have definitely been dealing with an alcoholic or a drug addict of some kind. You could have been closing out cycles in your past from dealing with alcoholic people or drug addict people in your life. Addicted, codependent people in general in your life could have definitely been an issue. I feel like this person has spent a lot of time crying over this situation and really just felt the loss in this situation. This person definitely felt the loss in this situation. I'm going to grab some of these secrets exposed messages here. We have a comfortable new home is in your future. We have guard your heart, but not too much. Parents' actions revealed. Could definitely have been parents you were dealing with as well. And like I was saying, it could have been cycles from your past that you were breaking, but it could have also been the cycles with those specific people from your past that you were breaking as well. Believe in Your Dreams, Conscious by Jacob Lee. Making healthy lifestyle changes. So you're making healthy lifestyle changes. You're moving away from things that don't serve your highest good. You may be traveling. You may be really exploring the world around you, exploring new cultures, gaining a lot of new knowledge on different things as well. You're really changing your life in a healthy way, and people could be making you feel like it's not a good thing, but it is a good thing. Believe in Your Dreams, Conscious by Jacob Lee. We have these dreams for a reason. Every single dream that we have and every thought or idea about what we should be doing in our life is there for a reason. Those thoughts come to us for a reason. Those beliefs come to us for a reason. And the drive and want to get out there and do those things comes to us for a reason. And it's really an important reason. It's part of your path and part of your purpose that you are doing this, that you are breaking away from these things, that you are closing out these cycles, and that you are coming into new situations and learning new things. Grab a couple more of those. Mental stability is restored. Plant your seeds with care. Realizations dawn. Yeah, you're starting to see things that were missed before. As your mental stability is restored, you are starting to see that you were never as crazy as you were led to believe, and that everything you were doing was for a reason. You are their lost loved one as much as they are yours. A place for everything and everything in its place. Yeah, it's like this energy of wanting to put you in a box, wanting you to stay in this box, and wanting you to not learn, to not grow, to not level up in your life. I feel like a lot of them felt like if you leveled up, they were going to be losing you. And it's not necessarily the case, but you will lose people if you try to keep them from leveling up. Abuse of power. Somebody abused their power they had over you. Somebody abused their influence in your life. Reasons for silence. The truth about your parents comes out. So for a lot of you, there's definitely going to be truths about your parents coming out. There's going to be realizations striking home. Their actions are going to be being revealed. And you're going to be seeing them in a whole new light, a completely different light than you may have seen them in the past. I'm going to grab an extra message from the ones that were already used. Ooh. Apparently a couple. See what section of this leads back to. Arm yourself against a worldly view. What truly feels right to you in your heart, you will find the answers that you seek in your mind. Don't overthink, don't give in, stand strong in the position that you're in. If you have something to say, say it. Don't worry what others think. So, yeah, I feel like you were definitely led to believe that you were much less than you were, and that you may have even had parents who wanted to put you on medication, thinking that you had some sort of issues. And really, it was all because Munchausen syndrome's coming to mind. They really, you were a scapegoat. You were a scapegoat for somebody. And they didn't want anybody looking at them and their flaws and their problems, so they wanted to make sure that they were looking at you and thinking that you were nuts because they didn't want them to see who they really were. You are starting to notice and break the karmic cycles, patterns handed down through time. Accept that your parents did the best that they could at the time with the tools that they had. They loved you and they tried to show it, although most didn't even know what love really was. Neither did you. Forgive yourself as a parent or a partner or a child who didn't know how to love. Forgive your parents and partners and children too. Pray for healing for you and all and lead the way to victory. You have it inside of you to heal and spread your story, inspiring others as you go and really making an impact, but only through acceptance of self and others as humans and forgiveness of mistakes and harmful beliefs or actions can you acknowledge and lead a new way of love as a light worker. So this parent also could have been told that they were crazy for having the same gifts as you. I know that my whole family, they're all pretty much considered to be bipolar, manic, depressive, anxiety, panic attacks. A lot of them have been serious victims of abuse throughout their life, made out to be the problem in situations, things like that. And not only do they learn that they're the problem, they learn to make anybody that's like them feel like they're the problem. And also they become very afraid for anyone that is like them as well. And they want to protect them and keep them from experiencing the same hurt as they did. My mom, for a lot of years, God, I swear she thought I was a fucking whore or something because she was constantly thinking that shit and talking that shit that just, and finally I was like, why the fuck do you think that I am just a whore or something? What the hell? I don't just randomly sleep around with everyone, Mom. What is your problem? And she's like, that's not why I'm saying what I'm saying to you. I'm saying what I'm saying to you because you're a lot like I am, and your emotions get involved with somebody very strongly when you are intimate with them. And I don't want you to have to go through the same pain that I have gone through. But she didn't know how to say that or express it. Instead, she's expressing it in ways that come out very wrong, and it just was not good. So you might be learning some of those things as well. The Empress and the Boatman. Some of you could have been abandoned by your parents as well, or left by people that really meant the world to you. You could have even walked away from your parents because of the damage that they were causing or the pain they were causing you to feel. And you might be seeing them in a new light now than you were in the past. We have 9 of Swords, or 9 of Wands. Been through a lot, but making it out. Determination wins the day. Completion of cycles. Actions to heal. Defensiveness caused by your past scars. Leaving behind the need to fight and argue. Removing obstacles. Fighting for what you believe in. Releasing defensiveness. And believing in yourself. So you are really starting to release the defensiveness. Release this feeling like you're constantly in a fight with somebody, like you constantly have to stand up and defend yourself, like people are constantly out to get you or against you, and really being able to believe in the beauty surrounding you a bit more. Air. Work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. Achievement. Win the award, accolade or contract. So you are achieving a lot, and you are achieving a lot because of your ability to communicate and your ability to see the truth, your ability to speak the truth, and your ability to uncover the truth. And I feel like you're uncovering a lot of truths that you did not see in the past that you are starting to see more clearly now as what was really going on in those situations. Scorpion and the Vulture. And you're also starting to realize that you are capable of cleaning up those messes. You are capable of dealing with people's nasty words and not allowing it to affect you. Vultures, they're a very important part of the ecosystem of this world. They eat the diseased flesh of animals left to rot. And when they eat this diseased flesh, they don't get sick from it at all. They don't get sick from the diseased flesh, but they keep that diseased flesh from seeping into the ground and seeping into the water, and from it getting into other animals that it would spread to. And then those animals will spread those diseases to humans, usually rabies or other animals. And so the vulture is the one who actually cleans up all of this negative, lower vibrational energies and entities, and none of them are able to cling onto and destroy the vulture. So you're starting to see your power and how strong you are, and how the actions, emotions, or energies of others do not have any kind of effect on you. Even when they are trying to destroy you, you are able to remain in your own state of being. And a lot of that is through this protection of energy. I feel like you had to learn how to protect your energy, how to cleanse your energy, how to transmute energies. But now you are somebody who is very effective at transmuting that energy. You're very effective at dealing with people who are very defensive. And a lot of that too is because in the past you might have been very defensive against people that were bringing darkness or negativity or lower vibrations into your life. And you might have even lashed out at those people, things like that. But now you see in others what you used to be and where you came from. And you know how they can level up and move out of that energy themselves. So you are really somebody who sees the bigger picture and is able to help others to be able to find their true self and express their true self. Walking away from a broken past and seeing a beautiful future in front of you. New opportunities on the horizon, leaving behind any shame, guilt, remorse, sadness, loss, starting to see that there are new beginnings in front of you when you close out the old chapters, starting to realize that a lot of times the reason you couldn't see the beauty in life is because you were so focused on the past and what was broken within you or within others instead of focused on the future and what it could be. You've really been doing a lot of hard work, a lot of visualization, and a lot of manifesting. And it has taken this gigantic leap of faith and trusting in yourself and the opportunities in front of you to be able to leave behind this sadness, this hurt, this pain, this loss, to walk away from things that weren't good for you, to set aside your own emotions and really be able to focus on what was best for you instead of what you wanted but may not have been the best for you. Transformation, letting go of the past and removing the stain that it caused on your life, but keeping the good pieces, having hope, joy, and peace in your future sight, believing that there can be changes, believing that there can be growth, believing that the conflict can be left in the past, believing that the sadness, the loss, the pain, the guilt, the remorse, all of that stuff can be left in the past, and believing that there can be a beautiful future for yourself after everything that you have gone through. Really being able to end any kind of cycles that your family has gone through as well. Being able to close out that depressive state, close out that bipolar state, that swinging from one emotion to the other emotion, being able to close those things out, being able to figure out how to handle them yourself, and being able to grow and learn and really take responsibility for your own actions instead of being in a victimhood mentality and thinking that there's nothing that you can do about it. The pharmaceutical company would really like you to believe there's nothing you can do about it so they can continue to sell you their medicines that don't actually heal the problem but just cover it up. And you're learning how to work through the roots of those problems instead so that you can really heal and not just cover it up and slide it under the rug so that it can grow into a bigger problem later. Yeah, cleansing, clearing, healing. You could definitely be crying to release some of this energy, but you're really starting to learn how to let it all go, how to wash it all away and wash it all off of you. You're learning how to transmute energies as well, and how to really be in your own energy and how to heal yourself and have new life again after the old pain and hurt and hardship that you've gone through. Paying attention and gentle reminder. I turn my attention to the people around me and I try my best to give them what they need. If they need my help, I'll jump right on in. If they need space, I will willingly and ever so supportively go away for a while, which, come to think of it, will make it hard to keep my attention on them. How much do spy cameras cost? So you're really starting to see, instead of focusing so much on your own emotional needs, because you may have been very focused on your own emotional needs in the past, you're starting to see the emotional needs of others as well, and to give equal attention to yourself and to them. Gentle reminders. I empower myself to advocate for my feelings, my well being, and my all around mental health. When someone pushes my buttons, I can oh so gently and impressively, lightheartedly remind them that this is not my particular cup of tea. Then I can make them a nice jasmine chai so that they can taste the difference. I have actually had to tell my mom several times that, sorry, Mom, I'm not interested in listening to this shit. And there have been a few times where it got loud between us, but there have also been a few times where, okay, fine. That's fine. But it takes you actually saying it and setting those boundaries. So it's not a victim thing at that moment. It is a, I know what I want. I know what I deserve. I know what I can deal with and what I don't want to deal with. So I'm going to let you know. And if you continue to do it, then I'm going to walk away. And that's what it takes and requires for you to be able to end that cycle, is not being a victim and blaming it on the other person, but making the choices that are best for you. And if they don't like it, oh well. Not enabling them to continue behaving the way that they are by being able to move away from them when they are behaving in ways that are not good for your health or theirs. So, I think I'm going to call it good for today. And I really enjoyed being here with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. And I look forward to doing one again next time. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.